As a young little larva, he lost his hive. Raised on the streets, Buzz was barely alive. Addicted to drugs and a life of crime. Lazy and crazy, biding his time. Giving up dope was the first step. Living on hope even when he's upset. From his very first opportunity, Buzz transformed into a worker bee. He loves to work and learn new things, overcome the obstacles life brings. From dolphin training to exotic dancing, resume Buzz will make it happen. Armed with his skills and a college degree, he's got essential advice. Hey, yeah, we think you'll agree. Whether you're fired, laid off, or had a hiring freeze, gather round, sit down, time for worker bees. Here to talk to all of his best buds, sharing special knowledge and be puns. He's the hardest worker bee there ever was. So make a beeline to resume Buzz. Make a beeline to resume Buzz. Make a beeline to resume Buzz.
All right, welcome back to Worker Bees. My name is Blake. Today's episode, we're talking to Billy Campbell, all the way from the Hawaiian island of Maui. He's a business owner, runs a bicycle tour company. But before we get to that, I just wanted to remind everyone to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to get notified of future videos. Also, today's sponsored link is again Wanolo. If you're looking for extra work or if you're in between jobs, download Wanolo using our link below. You can find jobs for warehousing, delivery, fulfillment. They add new jobs daily, and if you use our link, you're going to get a bonus $25 once you complete your first job with more than 5 stars. Now, without further ado, I cannot wait to introduce Billy Campbell to you. Billy moved to Maui, became a tour guide, realized that he could do the job better, started his own tour company in one of the most competitive sectors probably in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Campbell. Welcome, Billy.
Aloha. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Hey, he's got the nice setting over here. I'm stuck in my little cubby, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'll just
On the front yard out here in Maui. It's pretty beautiful day, like every other day.
Perfect. Are you gonna have some neighbors walk by too while you're doing the interview?
I just saw the girlfriend and the kiddo pull up. I have like a little kid run up here in a second. I can see that.
Kids and goats are always welcome.
No doubt, right, hand in hand.
Well, Billy, can you start? Maybe a lot of people don't understand what it takes to actually like pick up everything and move to the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Can you talk about briefly how you got out to Maui?
Yeah, sure. Basically, well, I'd kind of like always had like an island travel bug anyway. I lived in the Virgin Islands for a couple of years before Maui, and like started like pretty much like starting a family down there. Realized I didn't want to raised the family there and just kind of like packed up, moved back to Indiana, and then just kind of got bored of Indiana. And then, the Hawaiian Islands kind of came the dream. And basically it was like, never been there before, never been here, didn't know anybody here, did a lot of research and stuff and kind of figured like the only way I could ever make it happen was to just like sell everything and just go for it. Because I couldn't afford to, pretty much cheaper to move here than take a vacation here. It's like the way we looked. Yeah. There was no way to like really like figure it out, other than just like all in. So just sold everything. Me and my buddy came out here for like 3 weeks on our own without like my wife and kids. Lived out of a car, drove around the island. Actually like found the job like the first day, working at like Maui Downhill where we met first day here. And all just kind of fell into place, like working for like other bike tour business and stuff. And, talking to a job, like a boss, you're working your job, your boss is sitting behind the desk, telling you how to do your job out there. And it's like, God, man, I could do this so much better. And finally I was just like, screw it, I'm quitting and I'm starting my own business.
So it's kind of tough when you look at the total cost of what a tour costs to, bike down Haleakala compared to what you actually make per hour.
Oh yeah. It was kind of a thankless job, working for like other people and stuff. Like dealing with the hours. I mean, you work sunrise tours too, right? Like being at work at like midnight to pick up the van when I worked for Bike It, and then going, to working 12-hour days and stuff, and just like being like a zombie and shit. I mean, I went from like making $200 a day to, some days I make like 1,000, so it's like incredible, like the difference and stuff of like how much like easier it was. Of course, there's down times and tough times where it's slow, but you learn to like save and budget and stuff. And later you do, if you really like, when you don't have any money, you start making a bunch. You're like, woohoo! You just start blowing it, and you're like, oh shit. So it takes a long time to like learn to like adjust and become a business owner, save to pay taxes and stuff like that. But yeah, I figured it all out, man. Never even knew how to like build a website or anything. I just taught myself how to do like completely like everything. And it's just like the drive and like the motivation of like not wanting to work for somebody else is, you know, what it pretty much amounts to.
But a lot of people I talk to have done the tour, but can you briefly describe, or not briefly, take your time, what the bike tour encompasses?
Yeah, so people pretty much book online. They set their vacation. They find me through like TripAdvisor, Yelp, or Google, or word of mouth. They book online. I get a confirmation that they're going to meet. And so I just end up like meeting them at like 9 o'clock in the morning in Paia at the beach. They hop in the van, and we're usually back in about 4.5 hours, but drive up the mountain, tell a lot of like really good, bad jokes along the way, kind of like get to know people, break the ice, you know, stop, smell the flowers, and then really changed up the whole like bike tour thing a lot too, to where like giving people like what they want out of it too, as a more as a like what like the boss wanted to give them back in the day. It's about like finding like the happy medium to make the group happy, instead of like making, you know, the boss happy, you know. So like, you know, were you a tour guide back in the day? I remember like we used to put like the slowest rider in the front and then the fastest riders in the back, and then like this never worked because people were being slowed down. So we do it differently in the sense that we put the faster riders in the front, the slower ones in the back, but everybody kind of get their like fun and fix in. And it's really about like let everybody like getting the most out of it. Like people walk away like so often just being like this was like the coolest activity I did the whole time here. I've even had people tell me like, no joke, this was like the best day of my life. And I'm like, damn, that's a freaking compliment. Thanks a lot. Yeah, dude, we start on top of the volcano, bike 25 miles down a mountain on paved roads, all smooth, and these big comfortable cruisers with like seats this big, nice soft brakes, end up at the beach. It's like heaven. Beautiful view the whole time. Incredible. It's an incredible life and a job, man. Like remind myself like every day not to take it for granted.
Yeah, there's something really healing about that, watching that sunrise and then just feeling all those different climate zones within just a span of a couple of hours.
It's like you feel like you did like 4 or 5 things in like a few hours.
Yeah, exactly.
One activity, right?
Yeah. So do you still so you stopped? I remember it's been a while now, but nobody's allowed to bike in the national park anymore, correct?
That's right. So I don't do sunrise tours anymore. As far as like when the national parks shut down, they only let like one bike tour business in there now, and you can't bike in the park anyway. This tour is pretty streamlined where it's like 4.5 hours now, and it's a lot easier to manage and do that way. You ain't got to deal with like people with hangovers, people that haven't slept, malnourished, dehydration, high elevation. I think it's a lot smoother now. I encourage my guests to like go see sunset instead, so they're not dealing with like those crazy crowds up there. And the reservation system now too, you can only get so many people in the park at a time for sunrise. It's really hard to get those reservations. So I think people enjoy the sunset a lot more. It's a lot warmer as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Plus, I mean, just outside the national park, that's when the road is the perfectly paved road starts.
Yeah, it's all cherry outside of the park. Inside the park, it doesn't seem all that safe in there. Nobody bikes up there anymore. So every now and again, I'll go up there with like a friend or something, and we'll bomb it from the top. But I mean, that's maybe once a year.
So that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand when they do the tour also, is like a lot of us tour guides would go up after hours and bomb down by ourselves, which we don't recommend, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, I won't like say any names or who it was or anything. I remember like one time a guy hit me up and he was like, let's go back to the base yard and steal one of the trailers and try to drink a 12-pack and bike down. I was like, all right. We did that. We got busted by the boss. Like somebody called and she like came out and caught us, and she was just like, screw it, just finish and get the bikes back there safe.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's one of the things too about just the Maui lifestyle, is a lot of people don't understand. Like you said, you lived out of your car for a couple of weeks. A lot of people have been doing that for years, right?
Yeah, definitely. The whole van life thing is getting really big here too. I got I got a really good friend that runs a van company called North Shore Vans. So you might be interested in maybe interviewing him too. He's an awesome guy. But yeah, people, he rents out vans to people that come here for like 2 weeks, and they take their van. He's got like a camping map, all the places they can go camp. And there's a lot of van life people that they'll buy a van and like outfit it themselves, and they're just like living out of their vans here. Because it's so expensive too, man. It's like, it's so hard to make it here. Like, you know, like a good deal in a house for like a 2-bedroom house is like $2,500 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you up in Paia?
I just moved to Haiku, so I'm in Haiku now. So
Okay.
just about 5 miles, 6 miles away.
Have you always been on the North Shore since you moved to Maui?
Yep, whole time. Been on North Shore the whole time. I spent 6 months in Kihei and didn't really dig it that much. But other than those 6 months, always been on the North Shore.
I say Kihei is a good place to transition to if you're new to the island lifestyle.
Really is, man. I think Kihei is probably, unless you're really looking for like country and like a slow life, if you want to like be busy and meet people and stuff, I think that's a way easier transition, cheaper too. There's just a lot more going on, way more beaches, a lot more people. Kihei definitely would be the easier place to move to.
So now, how long did you work for Maui Downhill before you started Maui Easy Riders?
I worked for Maui Downhill for only a few months, probably only like 4 or 5 months. And then I worked for Mountain Riders for a little over a year, and then for Bike It for a couple of years.
So now for the people that are new to it, there's about 5 or 6 different tours. How many?
10 different bike tour businesses. 10. 10, dude, yeah.
So it's like that scene from Anchorman where all the news guys come and fight each other. There's always a gang fight at the top of the summit.
Oh my gosh, it got so ghetto up there, dude. We weren't around like when the DEA came and like busted people for like smoking dope in the trailers and stuff. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. I was already like started my own business and stuff by then, so I didn't even get to like just heard like rumors about it and stuff. Man, it was a mess up there.
So Noah, can you take me through your mindset when you decided to start your own company?
Yeah, totally. Tell you exactly what happened. I was working for this company and I'd been there for 2 years. And I went to the boss and I was like, hey, I've been here for 2 years, you know, I've watched your business just like grow and flourish. I'm dumping my heart into it. I was like, I want a raise. And she was like, well, the national park found out that I've been, you know, hiring you as an independent contractor and not an employee. So I have to start giving you insurance now and other things and paying an unemployment. So I'm going to actually have to give you a pay cut. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And she was like, well, you're expendable. And I was like, oh, really? It's like, I'm going to start my own business then. And just remember her words, like, you'll never make it. Like, oh, is that right? And yeah, so that was pretty much my main motivation, was just like working for like somebody who's completely thankless. Yeah. Like literally like watched her like double her business, you know, the whole time I worked for her, like buy another van, another fleet of bikes, you know, hire another crew and stuff like that. She was blowing up. The business was blowing up. And I just wanted like a little raise. She's going to give me a 20% pay cut. I was just like, floored. I was like, that there's no world where that exists.
No. So now, did you started out with a van and then just a few bikes that you put up on top, correct?
Yeah, me and my ex-business partner who moved off the island, we actually just pulled all of our money together, borrowed some money from family, like literally like less than like 10 grand. We bought our bikes, financed a van, got some racks and stuff, and just made it happen. Like there were 7 of us at the time. We all moved into a 1-bedroom house together, and just struggling to make like, you know, $600 a month at first. You know? The landlords would come over and be like, what's going on over here? The neighbors like hate you guys. We're like, well, just trying to make it happen. Like even like the people like living across the street with like no electricity and like 10 people in their house were like, I don't know how you guys do it. So it was tough, man. We really had to just like freaking, you know, eat peanut butter and jelly and crackers and stuff like that. It was a real struggle. But then like once it all started flowing and stuff, we got a reputation, got the good reviews out there and the feedback and stuff. The business like really started just like taking off and like working for us more or less.
What was your primary marketing avenue on the island to get people to book?
As far as like on the island goes, like there was really nothing we could do to get anybody to book us. We would literally, we call it pound the pavement, going to hotels, concierge day after day after day, weeks, months on end. It's the same story every time. Yeah, it sounds great. We would love to book you. We'll book you, sign us onto your insurance. And then they just never call. Basically, he just had to like dig in on Google, figure out like all the meta tags and you learn to, talk people into giving reviews on Yelp and TripAdvisor, writing, articles for us on Google and stuff like that. And just it's all online presence. I don't do any marketing. Nobody gets any commission. So like the other tour businesses out there that actually are real big, they rely at probably, 70, 80% on, commission-based sales, where mine's like 100% everything. I get like every penny. So I get a lot less business, but I do a lot less for my money, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Just a few hours doing some SEO on the website. I mean, it can equate to, a couple of days of driving around and try and get a concierge to book you.
Right. Some of these concierges will just go full trader on you too. They'll be like, sure, man. Yeah, we'll totally book you. And they'll start booking you for a few months. I know a guy that like bought another van and like a fleet of bikes. And then they're like, oh, sorry, we're giving our contract to somebody else. And then he was just like kind of stuck, and he had to shut his business down because he was like so bad in debt and stuff. So he was like really relying on, Expedia to like hook him up. And then they like traded on him.
So you're saying a lot of, would you say over 90% of your business has come from your Yelp reviews and TripAdvisor reviews? And
Yep, I would say well over 90%. Yeah, and word of mouth too. Yeah, definitely word of mouth a lot. Sometimes I'll get like, I would say sometimes I'm like in a month I'll say like 30-40% of my tours are word of mouth. Repeat customers. There's got this one couple, these two twin kids. They've been on my tour 7 times, and they're both like 6'10". I've watched these kids grow up from like 11 years old to like 19. It's hilarious. Every time we pull up to the beach, we're like, oh shit, there's those twins. And they're like 4 inches taller. You just watch them just grow up and stuff. And I get a lot of like families like that too. Like I got like a couple of like famous like actor families from New York. I can't like say who they are and stuff, but they're like real just like this cool family, and they keep sending like more and more of their relatives and stuff out. And I do Hana tours too, and that's where I take these people too. So we do like waterfalls and beaches out there and cliff jumping and like little hidden secret spots.
So that's one of the toughest things to do when you're a tourist and everyone's like, yeah, take the road to Hana, all these switchbacks, it's a lot of fun. But if you just drive to Hana and back, you're missing about, like I said, a majority of what you should be seeing out there.
Yeah, so the reason I started doing the Hana tours too is I'd be on the bike tour, and we're chatting on the way up the mountain to do the bike tour. And I'm like, so what else have you guys done since you've been here? And they're like, well, we went to Hana. How'd you like it? And they're like, we hated it. It sucked. All we did was drive and look out the window all day. I'm like, man, you guys are like doing it wrong. So I'm just like, wheels are turning. I'll just start offering Hana tours. And then that's kind of like worked out really nice as well.
How long have you been offering the Hana tour?
Like 6 or 7 years now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, a long time. Kind of probably just a couple years after I started the bike tour. And I was getting like so many of them for so long that I did this like jack my price up to like an extreme high to where it's like I wasn't doing too many of them. It's like I charge like a crazy amount, like more than anybody else, but like in my opinion, it's the best Hana tour you could possibly get. It's like
you can't cheap out on a tour.
You can't cheap out on a tour big time, yeah. And the people that do book that tour, they already know that. Nobody books a tour for $300 a person for a family of 6 if they haven't already done that in the past somewhere else. You know what I mean? They're against that. They're like, we know that you have to book like a private tour, and they do their research and stuff. I don't get anybody that's like, yeah, we just saw you and booked it. They kind of like, it's like experienced travelers. Like, who do I get the most on that one for sure?
Yeah, there's something to be said for paying $100-something for a tour, bombing down the mountain, not learning anything about what you're seeing, compared to somebody that's really knowledgeable, has all the stupid jokes, turns it into a show, really.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. It is a show. It's like a comedy show, like the driver and, me, we just like feed off each other the whole time and laugh and like really like loosen people up, just like tear down that like outer layer of like the awkwardness. And, sometimes we get some pretty awkward people. Like we can't get a word out of them. You know what I mean? It's a pretty bad joke that we have, can't like break the ice. And then they'll be like, at the end, they're like, oh, we had the best day ever. Here's $200 tip. And we're like, wow, didn't see that coming. So you can't really like judge somebody like ever, you know what I mean? As far as like that goes, the way they react, never like what's going on in their head,
Yeah.
People are so blown away by Maui, riding down that mountain. Sometimes they're just speechless.
Yeah. That's the one thing about, I've been on other tours, and I used to be a double-decker bus tour guide as well. But the thing about riding down the mountain, I mean, you got to reach your crowd. You got to know the individuals on your tour, but they're also hungover. It's 2 a.m, so you're trying to reach these people that are just dead tired. Sleep deprived, and not to mention keeping the safety, because when you're riding down the hill, another thing that's really quite unique for me, you're riding backwards on the bicycle for 25 miles.
Totally, yeah, just like watching them the whole time. Yeah. But I've done that thing. I think I've done it like probably 2,500 times. I've never wrecked. I've had a couple like really close calls, but never wrecked once, man. Just knock on wood on that one too. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of miles to never wreck. Everybody I know has wrecked. I know one guy that's been doing it for like 33 years. He's never wrecked.
Yeah.
He's a lead more, but it's tough to do all that and never wreck. Usually, like when somebody wrecks, like that's their last day too. They're just like they're done.
Yeah. Towards the end of my time at Maui Downhill, I was leaving Kula. It was towards the end of the trip. It was one of my last rides ever, and bike almost lost balance, but thankfully that centrifugal force, force just got me right back. I mean, I looked back, and the tourist that was right behind me gave me this look like, "Oh man, you almost lost it."
Right. I know that. So when Maui Downhill went out of business a couple of years ago, I went over there and bought like 20 of their bikes and a van.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, about 20 of their bikes, a van, and like tons of gear. And I took their bike mechanic too. Don't remember Uncle John that was the bike mechanic there? Now, he's my bike mechanic now.
Oh,
so
man.
All my bikes are just cherry all the time. Like we got he went there with me and helped me pick out like all the best ones too.
Nice.
Tons of gear. So I mean, literally got like probably like $30,000 worth of stuff for like $3,000 or $4,000.
Really, like, a van with all the bikes and all that? Wow.
And not including the van, but like all the bikes and then all these parts and stuff. I mean, like just an insane amount of stuff, like a truckload of rims and frames and handlebars and chains and just anything you would need, tires and tubes and, brake lines, tools and stuff like that. I mean, they were just like practically giving that stuff away. Rich Good Enough was just like done with it. He was just like getting it out of there.
Yeah, and you think you're a good driver. So the way the bike tour works is you have a tour guide up front. All the tourists are riding in a caravan right behind them, and behind them is a van that blocks all the downward traffic. So it's actually pretty safe. I mean, it doesn't get much safer than that unless you're terrible at riding a bike. But yeah, you definitely learn all the tricks about driving up and downhill, because the mechanics will tell you if you have a heavy foot.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they know if you're using the brake too much and not using transmission enough too. I don't know if Lance was the mechanic when you were there, so he works on my van still too. I mean, I even like have the bike mechanic and van mechanic from Maui Downhill. It's kind of a
nice
big blessing for them to go out of business in more than one way. You know what I mean? Because they were just huge business and stuff. Now the big one is Bike Maui, or Hobby Club Bike Company. But now that this coronavirus thing is happening, man, they've got like 30 vans just sitting with like grass, growing over the top of them right now. It's tough to watch.
How many vans do you have total now?
I actually sold the second van that I had when all this started, because it's like I just have two. I have two big white vans. So then I sold one of them because it's just sitting. So I was like, I'll just, if it all starts up again, then I'll just buy another one then. But I don't have a warehouse or anything. I just keep everything at my house in my garage. So it's like my overhead is pretty minimal.
Yeah.
Which is like thankful. It's almost like a startup business. Like when all this starts up again, it'll be like a startup again, but I'll already be like rolling.
Yeah, you'll already have the high TripAdvisor, Yelp scores, all that. So you definitely got that going for you.
Know how to do it and stuff. Really looking forward to getting back up there and riding down that mountain again soon.
What are the restrictions at the moment?
Activity companies cannot operate. So boat tours, scuba companies, bike tour businesses, hiking companies, everybody's shut down. There is a thing called like Kama Aina First, which is like locals only tours. You can sign up to do that, but it's pointless because, locals aren't going to book bike tours and stuff like that. They're booking like locals are going on like boat tours and stuff, like out to Molokini and scuba diving and stuff. But I think if you're a local here and you've rode down that mountain once or twice, you're not going to want to do it again. Or like we kind of get a bad rep too. So I don't think a lot of locals like really want to do it, even though it is like a really safe activity. All the times I've done that ride, I've never had to call an ambulance one time. I've had a couple of like minor spills for people and stuff, but nobody's ever been like seriously injured.
Do they have a plan on Maui for reopening any of the tour companies yet?
No, it's pretty much in the dark right now. I don't think it's going to open back up this year at all. No. I think it'll be next year. I think it'll be when you can get on an airplane and get tested right there, or there's a vaccine, or one of the two. Like our numbers are like some of the lowest in the nation, so
a very good reason too.
Yeah, they're not going to risk that. There's like one major hospital here on the island, and it's kind of sucks and mismanaged, so I don't really think that they're going to risk it. We had like a cluster there. We had like a cluster of like, I don't know how many there were, but like that was like the main reason of the spread on Maui is because they messed up with the hospital here. So yeah, I mean, maybe next summer is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, friends on Oahu said, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same on Maui. Any visitors had to sit through 2 weeks of quarantine, right, before they could even enter the island.
Sure, yeah. Hey, we got a friend that lives here. He just got back, and he's on like day 10 right now. Like he has like a kiddie pool on his front porch, like laying in it drinking Corona. It's that.
So any visitors that were probably like right when they put that rule, did they have any leeway, or did they have to just immediately go into quarantine if they were?
Oh, that were already here?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the visitors that were already here just kept staying, actually. So yeah, no, the leeway for them was like, if you're already here, you're cool. But there was even like this one like lady, like a Karen on at Grand Wailea, like on her Instagram being like, yeah, I'm not leaving Hawaii. Me and my kids are like living the good life, screw all that quarantine crap. I don't care what the locals think. And then she just got smashed on social media. She probably like had to like shut her business down in the mainland. It was like so bad. Like she went like full Karen. Like it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, now that's what I know. I want Nikki to be a part of this one. I want to talk about some funny tourist stories. Everyone's got some.
Oh, totally do.
Like one of my favorites is being on the top of Haleakala, 10,000 feet up, being able to see all of the island of Maui, and you're looking out on this giant expanse of ocean. And one guy asked me which one was the Atlantic and which one was the Pacific.
Oh, it's terrific. So I've got this joke I do, like we're like halfway through the tour, we get down to the picture stop and we're all out of the van looking, and I'm telling about the whole view, history of the islands and stuff, and we're talking about the view, and I'm like, one of the coolest things about this view right here is like it's only one of two places in the world where you can see the Atlantic and the Pacific at the same time, and they're always like, wow, really? That's awesome. And you're like, no, I'm joking. Half the group is like, it's just like, oh yeah, that's great. The other half's like, oh, I can't believe I fell for that. Yeah. Is the road going to be as windy on the way down as it was on the way up? So does water go around the whole island? We're out in Hana one day, and this lady's like, so how far apart are the mile markers on this road? Like, well, they're mile.
Around a mile-ish.
Yeah. Dude. So what's the elevation down at the beach where we met you? Another one of my favorites.
Oh, bless their hearts.
Exactly. And yeah, everybody's like still doing their thing. What's up, Roy? Doing an interview. Yeah.
I'm on YouTube.
The island's still packed. I mean, other than not seeing rental cars everywhere, you wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference. I mean, like when you drive through Paia, like everything's boarded up and spray painted. It kind of looks like a little apocalyptic a little bit.
Wow.
Like in that sense, stores are empty, restaurants are really empty and stuff. But not living on the south side or on the west side, I think I get a different perspective than over there than what other people are seeing. Yeah, you can't really tell much. I mean, just like there's just hundreds of cars driving by my, house, at all times right here. So, I always used to think, man, like 75% of the island's like tourism based, but now I'm seeing it's more like 40 to 45%. I think we do have like the third highest unemployment rate in the nation on Maui right now. I think they said it was 42 last week, which is nuts.
That is 42%. That is absolutely nuts.
That is nuts. I mean, if it hadn't been for this whole like PUA unemployment thing,
yeah,
I don't know what I would have done. Like, and getting like all the back pay, it took like months to get it, and I just got my EIDL loan the other day, so I was sweating it pretty bad. I was pretty much broke. I had to give like $30,000 in refunds, like to all my tours that were booked. It's like all the money that I had in the world was gone. But it was like worth it in case my business comes back. I don't want to be like, sorry, I can't refund your money. You can't really like tell people that.
No, like a rain check for 4 years from now.
Yeah, may have gotten a bad review, or maybe a rain check for 2025. Although a lot of people that I talked to were like, "Don't worry about it, man. We'll just hit you up when everything's cool, and we'll come back." So a lot of people didn't really care about their money.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that travel to Maui anyway are like super wealthy, and a lot of my repeat offenders actually. They're like, "We'll be back someday, and you'll still be there, so no worries." So that was cool. It's a pretty big question mark for everybody. A lot of people are moving away right now. A lot of families, a lot of my kids' friends are just gone.
Wow.
I got a 17-year-old, 13-year-old, and the 2-year-old too. So it's interesting to see just people just leaving.
Everybody, this is Nikki. She finally found a device that works.
I know. Wow, am I good at this COVID crap?
Did you like sneak into the neighbor's garage and steal their Wi-Fi?
So pretty close. I'm in the bomb shelter. Just where we keep our artwork and things that we care about.
It looks like you're about to start reciting some poetry or something.
Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, and then I'll just turn and we'll do a news scene, and I'll be like, oh.
I thought you were about to do like a jihad and like cut someone's head off, actually.
I know, right? This is my COVID haircut. It was home hair. I think it looked more artistic. And then I bought these because apparently I'm an old man and I can't see at night anymore. So,
the best of us can grab an orange here.
Right? Oh, honey, where are you? God, I miss you, Billy.
Good to see you, baby cakes.
I can't believe I'm looking at you. Are you under the trees or the goats above you?
No, we get rid of those goats. We got hungry.
Oh. Man, that does sound good though. Either way, although chasing them, that was my favorite.
Fun. I had to leave that house. The owner sold that house.
Shut up. You're in a new one?
The big one. That was the Maui dream, wasn't it? That house.
That was the dream house. Oh God, that was some of my favorite times with you guys. What a life.
I ended up living there for free for a couple months at the end before he sold it.
Wow, that's
pretty
dope.
awesome.
That's unheard of.
Anybody end up living in the yurt?
What's that?
Anybody end up living in the yurt?
No, the yurt stayed off limits. Yeah, the place was $4,500 a month when I moved in, and then I'm talking him down to $3,000, and then eventually it was like, "I'm selling it. You can just stay there for free for a couple of months."
Wow. Oh.
Nikki, do you have any memorable tourist stories?
Oh, so many. I've actually thought of writing a book one time because I mean, and now my memory is starting to go. But definitely, I'm going to say the one where the elderly gentleman from China fell asleep we were going down, this is back when we could ride all the way from the top, well, not to the top, but you know what I mean. And then we were in the park, we were in the national park, and we had probably only passed like 3 turns or whatever. And my driver was Tony. You guys remember Tony?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tony.
Anyway, that joker. Oh wow, he started flying to me. I was way ahead. There's 13 of them, and this dude was in the back because he was a large fella. And Tony was watching him in the rear, and he wasn't sure about them because they had just gotten. I mean, how long is that flight from China?
Couple days.
Yeah, and so for I had already vanned his wife, who was 4 feet tall, and my smallest cakey bike couldn't even ride it. She fell off the parking lot. In the anyway, yep. So
Well, dude fell asleep on the bike?
He fell asleep, and he went up the cliff down into, like, this is where the drop-offs are. I'm talking about the high part of the national park where you drop off, and man, was Tony screaming at me, and I was running uphill in my snow pants because it's cold at that point. I'm wearing snow pants. I'm just running uphill. I'm so out of shape
with no oxygen up there.
No, there's none. And so, Tony's already down there with the guy. And the guy apparently just is like, I fell asleep. And I was like, whoa. And Tony's yelling up at me like, he's fine. He doesn't have a scratch on him. He just like, getting the bike up was the hardest part. The bikes are what, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Straight shot. He fell asleep, you guys. He had nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, leave the tourist, just save the bike.
No. Is my bike okay?
Oh my gosh, his wife was like, yeah, no. She and Tony were both just screaming. One in Hawaiian and one in Chinese. I don't even know. I can't even imagine that whole scene there. I was trying to calm the people in the front. Tell all the front people, like, hey, we're having a situation, and not panicking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. I didn't want a freaking death on my watch.
No.
That's sad.
So the wife was already grounded in the van. She was already banished.
Yeah. And then he was going to the hospital. And so the ambulance met us at the park headquarters. We banned him, and he's sitting in there with his wife and Tony trying to calm him down, and I'm trying to lead everybody else down to headquarters to make him feel safe, and it was just a shit show.
So a lot of people don't know, like we're talking about you can't bike in the national park anymore, which was it was beautiful up there, but there's no guardrails or anything. It's just lava rock, and
after how many deaths did they allow before they banned it?
Yeah. They had 3 in 2 months, and that was just like the end of it.
That's the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It takes a lot to fall off that bike if you're following the rules. It takes a lot.
It's surprising.
Yeah, amazing people can do, man. How they can wreck those bikes.
So we're talking about this section on the mountain that has perfectly paved roads, all these beautiful, perfectly banked switchbacks, and it's in the middle of a cattle ranch. And one of the things that I never got to see is somebody hit a cow.
Wouldn't that be the best?
I don't know if you guys heard a dude named Eric that worked for one of the companies. He hit a huge wild boar one time.
Oh, yeah.
And the van got stuck on top of the wild boar. And it was still alive. And it's squealing. The van is teetering on top of this thing with all these people in it. And it's like, the tires would touch, like, the tires would bark and go forward a little bit, and like the board would get like squished more, and the women in the van were just screaming, and like, so then there's this blood trail up the road, dude, for like a mile. It was one of the gnarliest things I've ever seen. It was just out of this world, dude. Like, the national, you could see like the park crew came out there to clean it up, and they just had this look on their face. Oh my God, I can't believe
That's
we,
horrific.
uh, I was on the way up the mountain one time. This is going for a sunrise tour, and remember when they used to burn the cane at night? And you look down and see a cane fire, right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
So we're up the mountain, driving up this mountain in the dark. All right, you're looking down at the Central Valley. You can't see anything; it's all black. But all you can see is like orange and red. It looks like a big fire, which it was. So the people in the van are like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, the volcanoes erupt." Really quiet when I said that, and then all of a sudden, you just from the back of the van, this woman goes, like starts bawling, crying. I'm like, "Oh no, I'm joking." Like everybody was like, "Well, why would you think that's funny? What's funny about that?" And they got like with me. I don't know. I thought it was pretty great. I'm like, "Well, that's not funny." And everybody got pretty upset about that one.
Number one lesson before you become a tourist anywhere, just do some basic research of the place you're visiting. You know, just know your surroundings before somebody convinces you that the whole island's erupting.
Pretty important.
Fun part. Fucking with the tourists is the fun part. I love to say the F word.
It's YouTube. It's YouTube. You can cuss. That's fine.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't have censors.
Right. They were doing they do the tsunami warning at 11:45 on the first working day of the month, right? You guys have heard that before here. The warning, the sirens go off. It's like a test. So every time that happens, and I'm on a tour, I'm like, "Holy shit, guys! There's a tsunami. We have to like hit the high ground like right now. Do you guys have a plan? Have you guys prepared for this?" And they're just like, people freeze every time. It's like, what shit, why us? You know, but it's pretty good. Last night before they finally get it, or I give up the joke, but that's always a good one that gets people.
Dude, the first year I moved there, I still couldn't. It took me 12-ish times to get it going, like to get used to it and not freak out. Yeah, that was funny. That's crazy.
I think
Dude, remember the earthquake we had?
Yeah, dude. Like remember the parking lot. Like,
ooh, that was a trip, right?
God,
you weren't there, man. You had split. You were in San Diego running around on big tour buses or some.
Yeah, I was somewhere.
Yeah, there was a big earthquake here.
Oh yeah.
Every time we have a tsunami here, a real one, everyone goes to the beach to watch it come in. They don't go to higher ground. They go to the beach to watch the tsunami come in. It's pretty interesting. It's like eventually that's going to backfire big time.
Time backfire.
Yeah, you'll end up at you'll get to see the Big Island too.
I was here for the false missile alert.
I remember that.
That was
a pretty good one too.
I was not man. Everyone was freaking out, and
that was intense.
Weird.
I was like, well, screw it. I guess we're dead. You know.
Ballistic missile inbound. This is not a test, but it was a test.
At least you're in paradise, bro.
When I took the screenshot of it on my phone, I still have it. It was 8:08. It was 8:08 a.m. So I took the screenshot with the thing on the phone. I was like, God, that is such an iconic picture with the 808, the 808 area code.
Yep. Frame it. That's it.
Man, if you're gonna go out from a ballistic missile from like North Korea or something, that's definitely the way to do it. It's quite very poetic to go out at 8:08.
I went outside. My neighbor was like, I was like, dude, what do you think? He was like, fuck this, I'm going surfing. He threw his surfboard in his truck and like peeled out and took off. And I was like, well, that's one way to look at it. You know, I'm gonna be in the water surfing with this thing is.
How long before they told everyone that it was an accident?
I think it took about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's a lot of time, though, for certain people. A lot of worry.
That's a long time.
People were having babies in rainstorms and stuff like that. I remember like seeing pictures of that. That was pretty weird to see. Like families on Oahu were like taking their babies and like putting them in rainstorms, like in Honolulu, like downtown.
Oh.
Like little skinny kids were like taking them, like hiding in the sewers.
Oh my god.
That That would be the second worst place to be besides the beach, right? In the sewers.
Right. I mean,
So what's the first thing you guys are gonna do once everything opens back up?
I just
Well-
I want to get out. I want to travel. What do you? I mean, I'm landlocked here in Idaho, and it's tricky around here and whatever. I want to go to freaking Hawaii. We almost flew to Kauai right before they shut it down to travel because we were like looking at plane tickets, going, let's go. Because I've been to Kauai. I went to Kauai for my 40th birthday.
nice.
But anyway,
You're
yeah,
40?
I fell in love with Kauai. What?
You're 40?
Yeah. As of
You know, you
Wow.
just admit that to all 25 of my subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, that's okay, because like hopefully I look younger than
You
that.
did. Definitely. I thought you were much.
No, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out of here on my 40th, and I hadn't been to Kauai yet, and so me and my partner Louise, we went to Kauai. She was walking around before, and so she already knew the area, and we had the best time. And so we were like looking at plane tickets right before they shut, and they went down so fast. And we were like, we were
Damn.
so close to just spend the entire COVID season on Kauai. Wouldn't that have been dope?
Why not?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I had like.
I'm jealous of you, Billy.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I maybe would have came over and seen you. I've been over there a couple of times.
I love that place. I went kayaking up that.
Oh, nice.
And then you hike up to a waterfall.
Yeah.
I loved it. Every minute of it. Great.
Me and my buddy Kyle went over there, and we hiked that trail and stayed out there. It was nice.
Oh, sick.
3
That's
nights.
awesome. Yeah.
That naked yogi people on the beach too. That was a little bit culture shock.
Total.
Bless their hearts. God bless them.
Yeah. I was planning on going to Jazz Fest. I had like my tickets and flights and Airbnb and everything booked, and I was going to go on the whole fish tour this last summer too. So traveling around the country, following fish, doing stuff like that too, like sidetracking and going to like places like DC and Philly and stuff. That's the kind of stuff I wanted to do like this last summer. I'll probably do it next summer.
Here, you guys, like, I know it's Idaho, but there's a lot of really cool stuff here. There's a really, really good national parks and stuff. Tell you what, you could times. I saw my first bear across the lake when we went to Glacier, and it's
Nice.
gorgeous. Glacier's unreal.
Yeah.
I've never been to Idaho. I'd like to go.
I'm here.
Maybe in your basement.
Nikki, I was remember when you were a radio DJ. Are you still doing anything like that?
Oh man, that was fun. And I actually thought about that during this whole situation because it's like voiceovers and doing like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the up. I know if I didn't have this gig right now, I'd be looking for something like that for sure.
All you need is a little bit better of an internet connection, and you can do a podcast.
Real world.
I like that. Like
You have
good.
a dope microphone there, Mr. Taylor.
Thanks. You know, I ordered it. Just wanted to look professional. Got my pop filter. And...
It's probably a prop.
Yeah. CGI, man. You'd be surprised.
Right. Yeah, me and my kids have been talking about starting a YouTube channel and kind of like pranking tourists and stuff, doing like some kind of like some Jack Vale, like Big Dogs comedy, Kyle stuff, kind of stuff, just messing with tourists, like practical pranking tourist jokes and stuff, and being like,
So cool.
like the Maui pranksters or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Got a lot of like good little skits and stuff. Both of my kids are like little thespian actors and stuff, so it'd be like really fun to do.
You'd have to name it after the Menehune, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, there you go. Menehune, yeah, dude.
Yes.
A little pop-up video thing. Menehune are little Hawaiian leprechauns that play tricks on tourists.
Yeah, they totally are. They're like people on Kauai that still claim to be like descendants of Menehunes and stuff. Like on the sense.
I believe.
Oh no, we met one. He was fantastic, and he weaved the basket weaver, and he weaved us a basket, and oh my gosh, fantastic talent, but yeah, he's totally a Menehune. I knew it.
Yeah, nice.
I saw him.
I would watch that YouTube channel.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Hana's been closed down for like months. Like we still can't even get out there. Yeah, they got the roads blocked on each side. There's a National Guard post on by the winery and like out by Twin Falls. So unless you live on it, you're not allowed to go back and forth.
Is it just for?
It's like a COVID thing, but
Really?
I mean, no clusters on Maui or anything. I think it's just like locals don't want people out there pretty much. When tourism starts up again, it's going to be very difficult for Hana tour businesses to operate in Hana because they have gotten a taste of like no tourists being out there.
Yeah.
They're not going to be very welcoming. It's going to be interesting.
Just Oprah's allowed, right?
Yeah, just Oprah. Yeah. I know where her house is. I actually have seen her in her yard a couple of times. The last time I saw her, she was literally on her hands and knees picking weeds out of the garden.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, so,
what a gal.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
No, I swear. No, it's
top
like
notch.
good old
I know
Oprah.
it's much, and it's pretty funny. I was like on a tour too. I was like, "Holy shit, that's Oprah in her yard picking weeds." It's pretty funny.
Oh, dude.
Huh.
That's cool.
That's actually that's kind of refreshing to hear. Good for her.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
like it. Nice. Huh. Wow. So, and then the tour. So, Hana, what do they do for food? They just have trucks come in, bringing them food? Like, I don't get it.
I'd imagine all the stores are still open. A lot of farms out there too. So
Yeah. So everybody's just living off their land.
I mean, I bet those people could live off that land out there for the rest of the eternity. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty efficient these days too. You know, they'd probably make their own fertilizers and everything. They got ranches, cows, and they got it all out there.
That's what I want to do. I would totally be out there in a heartbeat, living on my own. I just want to like self-sustain. Oh
Definitely.
man, tiny house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sustainable out there.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, Billy, do you have let's say once you open back up there, we're gonna have a little special code word for all my viewers to get a discount on a Maui Easy Riders bike tour. Do you want to give everyone a code word, secret code word to tell you once they book their tour?
Yeah. How about what's the name of your little thing here? How about Blake Buzz or something?
Blake Buzz. All right, we'll just do a secret work. How about Worker Buzz? So we'll get the Worker Bees is the name of the show.
Oh, okay.
Buzz Resume is the name of the company. We'll do a Worker Buzz.
Worker
right.
Buzz. Okay, that sounds
Hear that? Say Worker Buzz to Billy,
Worker
and
Buzz.
you'll get a what? A 90% discount? Is there?
We'll call like I'll do half if anybody mentions it.
What's that?
I'll do a half price discount for anybody.
Half price discount. You can't beat that. Worker Buzz.
Beat that. Worker Buzz.
All right, we'll definitely let you know when he opens back up.
If they get it wrong and they say it wrong, and going to charge them double though.
That's right. If you say it wrong, you get charged double.
Nice.
Well, all right, guys, we're gonna close up my show here. If you want to keep talking, definitely feel free.
My calling me. That's why I shut down there. So we'll try to take his call.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Billy, and special guest Nikki for a nice little reunion via Zoom.
Thank you guys. Love you. Miss you.
All right, guys. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.
Let's catch up soon.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Aloha. Thanks,
Aloha.
Blake. Aloha, guys.
Aloha.
All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe the video. Click on the link to join Wanolo and get bonus $25 for completing your first job with 5 stars. Thank you very much for joining us on Worker Bees, and we'll see you next time.